Hi, my name is Olivia McCall. I am the Edith Gowin Curatorial Fellow in the Department of Photography here at the Morgan Library and Museum. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a selection of Peter Hujar's contact sheets. Peter Hujar is best known for his black and white portraits of creative figures. His career was ranging from 1955 and his early 20s until 1987 when he died of AIDS-related pneumonia at age 53. And many of his subjects were in this kind of underground subculture East Village art scene in New York City at the time. Among them, Warhol superstars Candy Darling and Jackie Curtis, writers such as Fran Lebowitz, Susan Sontag, Cookie Meuller, and fellow artists such as Greer Langton and David Wojnarowicz. And while his work ranged from cityscapes, landscapes, portraits of animals, day-to-day shots of moving throughout his life in New York, what we're looking at are contact sheets that are of his most known kind of subgenre, which is portraits of artists. In 2013, the Morgan acquired the entirety of Peter Hujar's personal and business papers, 100 photographic prints, and his lifetime contact sheets, which total 5,783. So this is a full archive of an entire career, which has established the Morgan as the foremost institution for research on Peter Hujar. When I began the Gowin Fellowship just over 1 year ago, I immediately delved into the 9 boxes worth of contact sheets. The first project is getting familiar with the arc of an entire photographic career. But the other piece of that has been doing a bit of investigative work, as unfortunately the records that we do have in terms of the details and the dates for each of his shoots are a bit sparse. We have 2 very slim spiral-bound notebooks that he began keeping, one in 1955 and all the way through to 1986. These portraits are the product of hours and hours spent with a single subject in his studio. At some point, he really unlocks the person and their interiority becomes visible. What's interesting about the contact sheets of portraiture in particular is that while they may seem repetitive at times, he's actually really digging deeper to uncover something or trying to get his subject to reveal something to him that might not be obvious to us because we were not in the room with them, but it's quite compelling to look closely and see where Hujar believes that he has achieved that. So one of Hujar's most well-known photographs is of Candy Darling on her deathbed. While the final image that many of us are familiar with is quite dramatic and dark, on the sheets we can actually see that Darling was laughing throughout the shoot, that she was walking around the hospital room. So it just adds a lot more humanity to these dramatic singular images that we, without the contact sheets, do not have the context for. They're such striking photographs, and he was really such a master printer that few honestly can compare to the work that he did in the darkroom and the way that he brought out emotional depth through the way that he printed the photograph. In the way that he emphasized the tonalities of the image, he really brings out an intimate narrative that speaks to knowing someone quite deeply. My own scholarship has focused on artists' responses to the AIDS crisis in New York in the 1980s. Many of these artists did not have the opportunity to fully mature as artists or did not gain the recognition that they deserved during their lifetime. And I think it's of utmost importance to revisit these archives now. And in dedicating this time to an archive of Hujar's photographic work, we can start to more comprehensively understand what he was doing as an artist.